There's a ton of content out there, and if you don't know where to start, it can be overwhelming, even paralyzing. So let's fix that. Welcome to Simply Cyber, a community of tens of thousands of aspiring and active cybersecurity professionals focused on networking, knowledge sharing, and professional development. I'm Dr. Gerald Dozier, Chief Content Creator at Simply Cyber, inviting you to get the answers to your cybersecurity problems with hundreds of cybersecurity videos answering your frequently asked questions, interviewing industry experts, and live streaming daily cyber threat briefings hosted by me. Now get the stories and insights you won't find anywhere else. Hit subscribe now and dig into all the fresh content on the channel and in the community. Nothing should stop you from launching and leveling up your cybersecurity career today. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the party. Today is June 5th, 2024. It is a Wednesday. This is episode 637 of Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Brief podcast. I am your host, Dr. Gerald Dozier. And over the next 45 minutes, me, you, Rhonda Rummerfield from the Low Country, Brent B, Kimberly from the Coffee Pot, not only IT, Marcus Kyler, and Jason Garcia, Jesse Johnson in the dark, and DJ B-Sec. So many of you. We're all going to be shredding the top cybersecurity news stories of the day, and I'll be giving my expert opinion and analysis on each of those stories on what it means to you as a practitioner, so how you can use this information to drive cyber risk reduction for your business stakeholders, or if you're looking to break into the industry, you're going to get value here because you're going to be asked in any job interview, how do you stay current? This right here, home run answer. On top of that, one of the most important things you can do for your career and to break into the industry is to network, not just to get the job, but as you level up in your career. Networking with other professionals is incredibly valuable. The Simply Cyber community is flowing in full force over here on the other side of the stream. If you can see it, don't be shy. Say what's up in chat. And if you're a regular, long timer, hashtag Team SC in chat. Let's go. I want you all to know that I do not prep or research for any of these stories. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. So what I do is I just hit go live, and we do this. And we've done it 637 times in a row, and it's worked out pretty well. So we're going to keep on rolling. On top of that, every single day of the week has a special segment, and today is Worldwide Wednesday. So stay tuned for that as we're going to go YOLO around the world in a hot minute. Programming note, we've got a lot to go through, things I forget to tell you about. I always forget to tell you guys things. Unfortunately, there's just so much going on. Want you all to know that on June 12th, I'll drop a link to this in chat. On June 12th, next week, live on the show, I am going to be raffling off a voucher to Wadewell Cyber Threat Intelligence 101 course. Free voucher. Somebody in the community is going to get it. I'm taking the course on June 20th. I want you to take it with me for absolutely $0. I've coordinated with Zach and Wade and Antisyphon training to be able to provide this giveaway to you guys. So stay tuned next week, June 12th. And speaking of June 12th, if you didn't know, because I completely forgot, I am giving a talk at Antisyphon's Anticast. It's a 1-hour lecture titled What Game of Thrones Can Teach Us About Cybersecurity. It's going to be a really fun talk. There's a ton of parallels. I'll be going deep on this one. If you attended my B-Sides Charleston keynotes talk, you'll be familiar with this one. But come hang out, high five, all about good times. Now, before we get into the stream, I do want to say shout out and thanks to the stream sponsors. If you did not know, my good friend Eric Taylor, Casually Joseph, the whole crew over at Barricade Cyber Solutions are always bringing the heat. Barricade Cyber Solutions is dedicated to helping businesses from cyber attacks and recover from the damage done. Cyber attacks can cause massive issues. Hey, Jenny Housley. Cyber attacks can cause massive issues for businesses and send dedicated, hardworking business owners into turmoil. But guess what, y'all? Barricade Cyber Solutions knows how to mitigate the damage done by cyber incidents. Check them out at barricadecyber.com. And don't sleep on Antisyphon training. In addition to enabling me to bring this Game of Thrones talk to you next week and give a giveaway for Wadewell Cyber Threat Intelligence 101, in general, Antisyphon training is disrupting the traditional cybersecurity training industry by providing cutting-edge, high-quality education to everyone, including Alpha Sierra, Roseman, Jeffrey Stevens, Carol, Mona, Jeff Watala, and Kathy Chambers. every single one of you can get unbelievable education, cybersecurity learning, practice what is taught, engage with a great community, regardless of financial position. That is one of the key differentiators of Antisyphon. Not only is the training amazing, but the people who work there, Kathy Chambers, Zach Hill, so many are amazing people. So go to antisyphontraining.com and check out their upcoming training right here, getting started with security in Black Hills and MITRE ATT&CK. That's June 10th. There is still time for you to register for this. Do not sleep on this. If you're looking to break into the industry, if you're looking to learn how to use MITRE ATT&CK, if you want to learn in-demand skills, not just theory, this is for you right here. And you can do it for $0. So don't sleep on this, man. Tom Bishop's in the house, the boot. All right, guys. So check it out. Every single episode of the Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief is worth half a CPE. So simple. Say what's up in chat. Grab a screenshot. File it away. Once a year, count your CPEs by counting the number of files you have and divide by 2. Very, very easy. I'm telling you, as someone who's been in the industry for 20 years, CPEs can suck when you need them. You're like, last minute, you're like, oh my God, I got to watch a webinar on something I don't even care about for one CPE. No one's got time for that. You just show up, put in the time, and then you straight crush it, homie, once a year. I love it. All right, guys, if you're a regular, say hashtag Team SC in chat. If you're a first-timer, drop a, hashtag first-timer in chat. Hashtag first-timer in chat. We love welcoming our first-timers. Flakinator's 100% right. John Strand is awesome. Not only is John Strand behind, Black Hills and Antisyphon, but he actually teaches that particular, this particular course itself. So you get direct access to the dude who's making it happen. It's amazing. I love it. Hashtag first timer in chat if you are a first timer, so we can play our sound effects now. Really quickly, on Wednesdays, we do something special before we get into the news, just to show everybody how awesome Team SC is. We're going to tease it up here a little bit. Settle in. We got a great one for you. It's going to take 2 minutes, 22 seconds, and it's going to be worth every single moment of it. Okay, so check it out, guys. I got to put a little pinned comment up here. Wait. I'm going to have to rewrite the pinned comment. Hold on one second. Here we go. Here, I'm just going to put ACI Learning, code Simply Cyber for 30% off. Okay? Or Simply Cyber 30. Here we go, guys. It's going to happen. I just got to do this pin chat, okay? There we go. I had a little bit of a production snafu. All right, guys, check it out. We're about to do Worldwide Wednesday. Worldwide Wednesday is presented by IT Pro from ACI Learning, the international online training solution that professionals in audit, cyber, and IT turn to for binge-worthy content. It really is a great, if you're looking to shortcut your time on getting access to tons of really, really entertaining but educational content, check out ACI Learning. Use my promo code SimplyCyber30 to get 30% off your first month or first year. I do want to point out, if you are a veteran or a first responder or a teacher, I believe, you can get 60% off. So I want you to get the most off. So don't use my code if you're one of those people. Take advantage of this. Links in the pin chat. Okay, now, check it out, y'all. Here we go. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to set the clock to 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Watch Team SC, the Simply Cyber community. You're going to see it. Hey, Donovan, welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Michael Nigel Tate, welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party, pal.
All right, so Micah Nigel Tate, Sean Costello, welcome to the party, pal. So many great people here. Donovan Francis, welcome to the party. So this is what we do, Micah, Donovan, Sean, Christine Lubine. So many first-timers. Hey, squad members, drop the John McClane emotes, please, and let's welcome these first-timers in. You guys, hey, first-timers, you picked a great day to be your first day. Every single Wednesday, we show you how wide and how diverse, how international the Simply Cyber community is. So I'm going to set the timer to 2:22, and let's go around the world. See if we can touch every continent in 2 minutes, 22 seconds. Ready? Let's go. All right, where are you? Drop it in chat. Let's go. John is howdy from Austin, Texas. United States is online. Tom Bishop in Italy. I like it. We see Germany's in the house. Hey, Germany. Bangalore, India. Hey, thanks, Majaya. Boom. Asia's online. What's up, Queens, New York? Lazaro's in the house. Beaumont, Texas. Flow Rider. Freaky Bob's down in Australia getting those bluey bucks. Jimmy U's in Japan. Hey, Jimmy U. Welcome back to the party. So good. What's up, Southeast Michigan? I see Dream Logic in the Philippines. Bringing Philippines online. Pacific Rim is in the house. What's up, Hot Atlanta? Steve, bringing Colombia online. We have South America. Always a tough one. Tel Aviv, Australia. Thank you, JoJo. Let's get Tel Aviv, Israel, excuse me. Let's get that going on. Dallas, Fort Worth. Tadix IT is up in the Charleston Low Country. Bangladesh is in the house. What up, Bangladesh? Bringing the heat. New Orleans. All right, Barbados, North Carolina. Love it, love it, love it. Connecticut, what's up? Virginia's in the house. Columbia, Barbados. I see England. Let's bring England online. Dominican Republic. I think that might be Leo down there in the DR. Yes, sir. All right. Hey, Barbados. I don't know where Barbados is. We're going to have to find that out. Flake Vader coming in from Tamriel. Very nice. I like it. Where are you guys? Come on. We got everybody. We need some more. Where's everyone? Applewood, Colorado. Anderson, bring it on Canada. I love it. Come on. Where's Africa? Thank you, Medine G. On request. Nailed it. We've got Europe, Asia, Africa, South America, North America. We have gone around the world, everybody. Now we're just flexing. Yeah, I don't know why my mic went down. Hopefully it's good. I don't know. All right. We'll get it all sorted out here. Everything else is just, we got Ethiopia. South Africa, we'll take it. Thank you very much. We got the Milky Way in the house. Middle Earth is in the house. North of Venezuela and Trinidad, Tobago. All right. Barbados. Barbados might be too small on this map for me to really get. All right, guys. So check it out. We did go around the world. So everybody, congratulations. Straight crushing it. Straight crushing it. This is what I'm telling you guys. It's awesome. I love this community. I love the international. I love the perspective. I love the equity and inclusion, Brazil. I see you. All right, guys. But as awesome as it is, we do have work to do. So do me a favor, guys. Thank you very much for going around the world. Rodrigo, first timer in chat. Welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Hey, Rodrigo, come back next Wednesday. We always have a tough time with South America. So if you're bringing Brazil online every single Wednesday, that'd be super dope. All right, guys. Hey, Lebanon, I see you, Lionhead. Guys, do me a favor. Sit back, relax. Let's get some work done. Let's let the cool sounds of the hot news wash over all of us in an awesome wave. I'll see you guys at the mid-roll.
From the CISO series, it's Cybersecurity Headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines
Lauren.
for Wednesday, June 5th, 2024. I'm Lauren Verno. Ransomware attack forces London hospitals to cancel operations. Several of London's largest hospitals were forced to cancel operations and declare critical incident emergency status after Synovis, a third-party provider, experienced a ransomware attack. A spokesperson for the region said the attack left multiple hospitals without access to pathology services, with, quote, blood transfusion being particularly affected, end quote. According to the Register, all of Synovis's IT systems are believed to be impacted, and as of this recording, there is no timeline for when operations are expected to be back online.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. Ransomware. So two things. One, this is a double shot, doubling down. So this is a ransomware impact, but it's also a third-party supplier impact. So essentially healthcare systems in modern society have they depend on all sorts of third parties for delivering, very, very specific services. Like one example is telestroke. Like, neurologists, there aren't neurologists all over the place. It's a specialized skill. So they'll have like neurologists sitting in a place somewhere, and they'll just FaceTime into different hospitals as necessary, as an example of one service. So in this instance, this Synovus company does something around pathology and blood transfusions. I mean, obviously, like, I'm not a healthcare professional, but you can't just stick like any blood inside of a person. It has to be compatible, or else the body will reject it. You could cause more harm than good. But if you need a blood transfusion, you need a blood transfusion, right? It's not like you just do one of those, like it's an oil change and you're like, you know what? I'm feeling a little sluggish. I'll just get 8 pints of new blood today. No, it's like you have like either tainted blood or you've lost a lot of blood due to an accident or something like that. So this is definitely a patient safety issue, which is like the highest priority when it comes to healthcare operations. But Synovus got hit. Now, unfortunately, these hospitals, depending on this third-party supplier, a couple things. One, they didn't have, obviously, some type of backup plan, the hospital itself, to be able to handle this service. Or two, Synovus to have a backup plan, disaster recovery plan, to resume mission-critical operations, i.e. delivering this pathology service in the event of a compromise. So there's a lot of failures going on right here. Unfortunately, as much as I love GRC, right, and I'm on a mission to make GRC cool. As much as I love GRC, I will tell you this is one of those incidents where it doesn't matter if this London hospital, right, the guys or whatever, St. Thomas, whatever it is, it doesn't matter if they had the most bulletproof, lockdown, one-sided contract with Synovus. Like, oh, if you don't deliver services, 5 nines uptime, if you don't deliver services, we get to sue the pants off of you. Like all of these things, you can have like the most dope contract ever. You could have, put on gloves and gave them an information security equivalent of a colonoscopy before you decided to do business with them. And this could still happen. And it doesn't make any difference because people are going to get hurt. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter that you did all the things up front, because their resiliency is brittle, and because they don't have business continuity planning in place to deal with a situation like this, people are going to get hurt, and this sucks. And again, this is a classic example. You can bust this one out in a job interview. This is a classic example of like an argument to be made to pay the ransom. Okay. People who are so, I don't want to call them simple-minded, but people who are so like short-sighted or binary, where they're like, oh no, like you never pay the ransom. You can't pay the ransom. Like, that's terrible. Don't do it. Like, if you pay it, like you're fueling terrorism and all this other stuff. There's cases to be made on both sides of the argument, but this is one of those ones where like people could die. You know what I mean? Like, it sucks. Hey, like, well played, threat actor. You win this battle, but I'll be back, right? Like Skeletor running into the cave. Like, this is an argument to be made for paying the ransom. Now, I don't know how many people were impacted. I don't know if anyone's going to die, but, dude, like, what is it? Like, just like blood transfusions is a thing. Like, you need them, especially if you're dealing with something like sepsis is a really, really bad thing. And I'm not a healthcare professional, so I don't know if blood transfusions can help whittle down or reduce risk of sepsis, but that's just like an example, right? So I don't know, man. Here we go. Thank you, Kimberly. I mean, here we go. This is okay, hold on. We're gonna do it real quick. This is me right here, like, threat actors, you win this one, right? And then this is the threat act. This is me, like this is me telling the CEO, like, we're gonna have to pay the ransom. And then like I just like leave the meeting, right? Basically. So anyways, this sucks. Healthcare gets hit. It's no good. Lazaro Rivera Thank you for being here. Hashtag Team SC, and you're absolutely welcome. Congratulations on 11 months. One more month to that blue badge. Jamie Flex saying blood transfusions don't help with sepsis. So thank you very much, Jamie. I'm happy to hear that because I know sepsis is a really gnarly thing. Anyways, TLDR, I hope it's limited, if not zero, on real patient impact.
Christie's stolen data sold to highest bidder. Going once, going twice, Christie's stolen data has been sold. The world-renowned auction house fell victim to a second ransomware attack this year in early May, resulting in the theft of personal information from their high-profile clients. The ransomware group Ransom Hub set a June 3rd deadline for Christie's to pay the ransom. When Christie's failed to comply, the group announced on their website that the stolen data had been sold to an anonymous third party for an undisclosed amount. Ransom Hub claims to have stolen information from at least 500,000 of Christie's clients, including full names, passport details, and home addresses, though this number has not been confirmed.
Okay, so I do appreciate that, dude. In the cybercrime ecosystem, there's been a lot of cheekiness lately. Because if you remember when Lockbit, when Breach Forums got taken down, the FBI actually had some custom artwork of the two admins' avatars behind bars. That was a little cheeky. And now Christie's being a world famous auction site, the Ransom Hub threat actors who stole it auctioned it off, very, very meta with the whole thing. Remember, Ransom Hub, it's not confirmed, but I'm firmly of the belief that Ransom Hub is a rebrand of Alfie, Black Cat Alfie, which they exited after the Change Healthcare, because the Change Healthcare was so hot, right?
That Hansel's so hot right
but
now.
Not sexy hot. It was nuclear hot, radioactive hot. So I think Black Cat Alfie basically exited and rebranded as Ransom Hub, basically just to get away from it. Now, the one thing that is interesting here is that the ransom date went and passed. So Christie's basically did double middle fingers to the sky and said, no, we're not paying you. We're going to rebuild, which would indicate that Christie's has probably a pretty good business continuity plan. Obviously, the extortion didn't work. It's Christie's clients. You and I, if you and I were buying high-end art for whatever reason, or high-end whatever they sell at Christie's, it's our data that gets compromised. So obviously, high net worth individuals are going to be targeted by this information. The one thing that I find sus, there's two things here. One, the threat actor says they auctioned it off after the deadline passed. What are you going to say if you're a threat actor? You called our bluff. You called our bluff. We made no money. No, you're going to put out a flex and make it look like you did get paid because you want to appear powerful and strong. And, for the next victim of Ransom Hub, to be able to Google, they're going to Google it and be like, oh, this is a legit threat actor. They get paid. We should take them seriously. Now, they did say that experts believe that there's no evidence to suggest that the data was in fact stolen. Was in fact sold. You might ask yourself, how do they know that? How do they know that? Well, remember, if Ransom Hub is going to auction it off, even if it's on the dark web or, in these seedy underbellies where cyber criminals, the Mos Eisley cantinas of the cyber world, they'd have to promote it, right? And there are good guys like you and I, like Kimberly Can Fix It, James Randolph, and Jay and Michelle. We are posing in these dark web forums, basically, in law enforcement's in there too. So you can't, as a cyber criminal, you can't just tell the bad guys about auctions. You have to tell everyone. And I suspect that is the reason why they are, they have, confidence to say that they don't think it was in fact sold. So at the end of the day, does it really matter if it was auctioned off? Yes or no? Not really. The data was stolen. It's in the hands of threat actors. It probably will be actioned on. You and I are victims. And whether Ransom Hub made money or not, it really doesn't matter. Also, by the way, quick typo. There's a typo right here, right? By the way, in chat, we have a really quickly, be honest. Do you know who Skeletor is? Be honest, chat. This is a generational question. There's some pushback going on in mod chat right now, whether or not people know who Skeletor is and my reference of Skeletor. Let's go.
Ransom Hub claims responsibility for Frontier breach. It seems the Ransom Hub gang has been busy over the last few months. The group is now claiming responsibility for the attack on Frontier Communications back in April. The Ransom Hub gang posted on their leak site that they stole 5 gigabytes of data and the information of over 2 million customers from the telecom giant. An SEC filing from May confirms Frontier experienced a breach and that the attackers were able to gain access to personal information, but did not disclose how many people were potentially impacted. On a separate note, Ransom Hub claims they will publish the stolen data within the next week unless someone wishes to buy it, which they can do so by contacting the ransomware group's blog support.
Okay, couple things. Phil Stafford is hilarious. Phil Stafford said Skeletor's the guy from the memes. That's really funny. So Ransom Hub, again, Ransom Hub's at it again. Guys, this is why I think Ransom Hub is Alfie Black Cat rebranded. You don't just explode onto the scene with multiple high profile hacks. Okay, like we saw Scattered Spider hit MGM Grand or MGM Resorts and Caesars. That was a big one. But then, like, have you seen Scattered Spider recently? Like we see some of these threat actors kind of blow up on the scene with attacks that, and I'll be the first to say, like, oh, I've never heard of this threat actor group, but then you don't really see them again, right? At least in my experience. But Ransom Hub, they came out of nowhere, like in, I want to say March timeframe, like right when Change Healthcare got hit. I think it was like late February, early March. They came out of nowhere, and now it's like Ransom Hub, hits Christie's. Ransom Hub hits telecommunications giant. Ransom Hub hits, He-Man in the Masters of the Universe, right? So like this is another like indicator to me that, they're obviously top tier dudes. Now, one part of me almost wants to think that maybe they're not the ringleaders, like as I suspect, one theory I had posited is that the ringleaders of Black Cat Alfie really did exit with Change, and then they gave their infrastructure and their playbook to like the second tier or the JV squad and said, go for it, which is why they're effective at execution. But dude, Ransom Hub, they hit this Frontier communications company, and they're basically saying, if anyone wants to buy it, please contact us. That is a different business model than what they've done in the past. Usually it's much more threatening the victim, is putting pressure on the victim. It's leaking some data and making the people whose data is being exposed want to put pressure on the victim organization. This one is like a Middle Eastern bazaar where they're like, oh, we've got data here. Data. Who wants some data? Like, it just, I don't know. To me, it again, thinking of the cyber criminal market ecosystem, this seems to like really devalue the assets that they're selling, right? Like, hey, if anyone wants to buy this. So, I don't know. For practitioners, people looking to break into the industry, I guess you should just get familiar with Ransom Hub because they are coming on the scene super hot and they're hitting big players. So their TTPs, obviously standard resiliency for ransomware attacks, tabletop exercises, business continuity planning, making sure backups work, resiliency, understanding your major mission critical services to make sure that you have redundancy in those places, and et cetera. All right, we're going to end the poll. 183 people voting, saying that yes, 86% of you know Skeletor. For those who do not know, Skeletor was the chief rival of He-Man, which was a popular show in the 80s. All right, let's keep going.
Cyber attack takes down Russian supermarket chain. A popular Russian discount supermarket chain, Verny, was hit by a cyber attack over the weekend, disrupting services and preventing the processing of bank cards and online orders. The attack took down the company's website and mobile app, forcing stores to accept cash only. Now, a representative from the company says they suspect the goal was extortion, though no ransom demand has been confirmed. It's estimated the company's losses could exceed 500 million rupees, or about $5.6 million, if operations are not restored soon.
All right. So one of the largest grocery store chains in Russia hit, and they could take cash only. So this is interesting. And then last week, Russia's largest delivery company, so like I suppose it's like FedEx or UPS, got hit and disrupted. Now it looks like a Russian-speaking group called Headmare is behind this. This is really interesting. I'm going to tell you why in a hot minute here. Okay, so it says that experts suggest attackers are operating independently. This group, Headmare, is not necessarily attributed to the attack on the grocery store chain. Wow. Hold on. I'm sorry. I don't read or prep for these stories, but this one is particularly interesting, and I want to get a little bit more information. Like, I don't even care about the leaked data. This is more, all right. So no one has independently claimed the attacks. Couple things here. One, obviously, Russia is in a war with Ukraine. Ukraine's Eastern Europe. There, before the conflict, there was a lot of like Ukrainian and Russian and Ukrainian Russian cyber criminal gangs. And the really interesting thing here is you don't see a lot of attacks, or at least reported, on Russian businesses. And the reason's always been that like Russia kind of gives cyber criminals not protection, but like they don't really go after them as long as they're not attacking Russian businesses. And occasionally they do a favor for the Russian government if asked. So to see Russian businesses getting hit, not just one-offs, but like the largest supermarket chain, the largest delivery service, it brings up two ideas. One, it's either, pro-Ukrainian, threat actors, or, whatever, threat actors attacking that to get paid and to kind of like disrupt Russian, society, frankly. Or, and this is a bit of a hot take, okay? So I'm going to put my tinfoil hat. All you newcomers, first timers, anytime I kind of step off the reservation, we use this like me wearing a tinfoil hat emote. Or, it could be, dude, here's the thing. If I was thanks D Barry. Listen, if I was a nation state, okay, and I was at odds with Russia, I would not do, like, let's just pretend the NSA. I wouldn't send the NSA straight up and do things to Russia. I would put on a cyber criminal outfit, look Ukrainian or Russian, and then I would attack, right? Because, you want misattribution, you want deflection. It's like all the classic things, right? Like, if someone walks up and punches you in the nose, you're like, why did you punch me in the nose? I'm gonna remember you. But if someone's dressed up like, in a costume and punches you, you're like, oh, I remember the costume person, not the actual person. So a little bit of a hot take. But I will say this is interesting. Like, again, you don't really see, at least I don't see a lot of Russian businesses getting hit with attacks and ransomware and stuff, not nearly as much as anyone in kind of 5's world, right? Australia, UK, Canada, United States. You see attacks all over the place in those. Literally, we just saw the UK get hit with this nasty business right here, We saw Christie's get hit in American business, right? So there's two out of the 5 here. Here's an American company getting hit. You know what I mean? So like, you don't see it that often, but this is really interesting. Something to keep an eye on, basically. And much like Linux and Mac can get viruses or malware, we don't really call it viruses anymore, Russia can get hit with cyber attacks. Okay. All right, here we go.
Thanks to today's episode sponsor, Conveyor. Conveyor is the AI security review automation platform helping InfoSec teams automate everything from securely sharing a SOC 2 to one-click autocomplete of your security questionnaires with AI. Teams like Lucid Software are finding in a free proof of concept that our AI is more accurate than the rest. Learn more at www.conveyor.com. That's CONVEYOR.com. And don't forget to mention this podcast for 5 free questionnaire credits when you purchase a pro plan.
Also, don't forget to mention this podcast.
Collection agency.
Lauren Verno, stop. Don't forget to mention this podcast when you're talking to your friends and high-fiving at cons. All right, guys, check it out. First timers, we do this every day too. All right, guys. Hey, shout out and thanks to all of you for being here. Genuinely appreciate it. We got a great show. We're halfway through it. We're straight crushing it, homies. If you're getting educational value or entertainment value from the stream, hit that like button on YouTube. Not because I care about vanity metrics at all. It's because I guarantee you yesterday, a bunch of people hit the like button, and all you first timers today probably got pushed. YouTube suggested it to you, probably because you've been looking at cyber content on YouTube. This is how we grow the community. This is how people find us. And, you know, it's all about good times. Hashtag Team SC. All right, guys, I want to say thank you again to the stream sponsors, Barricade Cyber, Antisyphon, and where's Delete Me? And Delete Me. Listen, really quickly, as a person that exists publicly, especially since I share my opinions and hot takes daily, I'm hyper aware of my safety and security, and it's easy to find personal information online. It's just hanging out there on the internet, and basically can have real-life consequences. I recently found a solution, and the service is called Delete Me. Delete Me is a subscription service that removes your personal info from the largest people search databases on the web, and can help prevent ID theft, doxing, and phishing scams. When you sign up, you tell Delete Me what you want, delete it, and they go off and take care of it. I use Delete Me. I told them to take everything, scorched earth, like just remove me from the internet, right? So they're off running around that. My favorite part is that it's basically like outsourcing, managing my online privacy. And honestly, guys, I don't have time for that. Ain't nobody got time. So you can get a personalized privacy report every month, and they show you what they're doing, so they're held accountable. I love it. Take control of your data. Keep your private life private by signing up for Delete Me now at the special discount for all of you Simply Cyber listeners. Today, get 20% off your Delete Me plan when you go to joindeleteme.com/simplycyber and use promo code simplycyber at checkout. The only way to get 20% off is to go to joindeleteme.com/simplycyber and enter code simplycyber at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/simplycyber for 20% off. Boom, baby, boom. All right, guys. I want to tell you about the Simply Cyber Community Challenge also. D. Barry, a.k.a. Darian Jefferson, dropping a LinkedIn post yesterday that was absolutely epic. Guys, if you want to blow up your professional network and have your LinkedIn content feed be awesome and cyber and supportive, inclusive content, I just showed you. We went around the world. Worldwide Wednesday, the Simply Cyber community is strong. If you want to blow up your professional network, it's free. Go on LinkedIn, search hashtag Simply Cyber Community Challenge, and connect with all those people. I'm telling you, all the people in chat, Simply Cyber Community Challenge people, all the people who are on LinkedIn using the Simply Cyber Community Challenge, chef's kiss. It's awesome. So just go on LinkedIn. Now, what we do is every single day we pass the baton to one person. D. Barry has the baton. Who wants the baton? Who would like to share their story on LinkedIn and have everybody connect with them and blow up their professional network? Please let me know. Just volunteer to take the baton. It's very, very low risk and very, very high reward. All right, guys. We did Worldwide Wednesday at the beginning, so we're just going to sit back, relax, let the flow of la 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 start, and then we'll get back to the news. Let's go. La 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 la. Guys, we're halfway through the show. We're going strong. Let's keep crushing it and finish strong. Remember, we've got a 30-minute Ask Me Anything to help answer any questions that you have about cybersecurity career right at 9 a.m. Eastern. Let's go.
Agency impact drastically increases. It was already bad when the debt collection agency, Financial Business and Consumer Solutions, reported that 1.9 million people were impacted in a breach back in April. Turns out that number was off by over 1 million. The agency now reports that over 3.2 million people were impacted in a breach that compromised information, including names, social security numbers, and driver's license numbers. FBCS handles debt collection from consumer credit, healthcare, commercial, auto, loans, and utilities.
Jesus, what an underestimate. I mean, so basically some debt collection agency that has all sorts of data on you had a data breach, and they originally claimed 1.9 million people affected. And because of the state of Maine, yes, sir, I love myself some Maine, they had to issue a update and say it was actually 3.2 million people. Okay, so this doesn't really change anything. But yeah, you can see here, Maine made them do that. Okay, here's the deal. The firm, this debt collection agency assures their customers they're using a separate environment built from the ground up with stronger security measures. This is one of those ones where, like, yeah, okay, thanks. Too little, too late. I said it yesterday on stream. Giselle Garcia wants the baton. Is Darian Jefferson, aka D Barry, in chat? We do want. If you're looking for someone, Giselle Garcia wants it. So, hey, yesterday on stream, I literally said, never let a good incident go to waste. This is an example. This company got smacked in the face, and I guarantee you, the CIO, the CISO was like, I don't want to say I told you so, but bro, I told you so. Like, look, and now you can see they've rebuilt the environment. They got stronger security measures. Do you know why? Straight cash, homie. Straight cash, homie. They got freaking budget and they put in infrastructure that actually makes sense. It probably is more secure. The other thing I want to point out, okay, before we dunk on this company for basically messing up their estimate on how many people were affected by over 1.3 million people, D-tatted, okay, it looks like D. Barry is tagging the tatted IT. So Giselle Garcia, please come back tomorrow. We will get you the baton at some point soon here. Listen, I'm not going to dunk on this company. And you might be like, how on earth do you miss 1 million records, Jerry? Let me tell you what's up. When you get a data breach, some states, some industries, some countries, right, they have time frames that you have to disclose in, right? Like the state of South Carolina, for example, gives you, and this is absurd, 72 hours to report how many people were breached. When you detect a PII personally identifiable information data breach, you have 72 hours to report out. 72 hours is not a lot of time in reality in order to assess the situation, understand how bad is this, how deep does the problem go, how wide does the problem go, right? So sometimes you're like, the best I can do is say 1.9 million people. That's what our information currently shows. And then like you actually do the full analysis and you're like, oh, it's actually 3.2 million people. And you issue an update. Now, in some instances, I will tell you, businesses I don't want to call them lie, but businesses massage the information and the facts in order to make it look like a lower numbered breach, and then they'll like kind of fix it later on after the bad pub has kind of cycled through. But honestly, y'all, in 2024, I hate to sound like a peckerhead, but like 1.9 million people affected, 3.2 million people affected. I'm desensitized to this. 10 million people affected. AT&T had a breach of 70 million people the other day. Like, bro, I'm not getting out of bed for an adjustment of 1.3 million people. You've officially broken me, cybersecurity industry and threat actors and data breaches. Like, and again, hashtag the youngs here, all you people who didn't know who Skeletor is. In 2012, Target got hit with a data breach, a point of sale credit card skimming thing. And like the internet was on fire. Target's stock value plummeted. Everybody was like, ah, just like the Elmo meme on fire, right? 10 years later, welcome to 2024. AT&T gets hit with $70 million and like a 70 million person data breach, and their stock doesn't even move. Like, look at this. Look at it. Look on stream. They got that data breach, I want to say sometime in like February, March timeframe. They're doing great. Unless it was right here. This dip right here might be correspond to that data breach. But in reality, this dip right here. Do you remember AT&T was like down for a day? Like people weren't having cell service. There was a hot mess. I could see that being related to this dip versus the actual cyber attack of 70 million people. So the TLDR here for everybody is that we are desensitized, and 1.3 million people, I don't even register it because it doesn't matter anymore.
New phishing kit hits the market. Cybercriminals have launched a new phishing kit named V3.
Hey, Deb Wigley's here. Everybody, please say hello to Deb Wigley. Deb, you got your malware finds a way shirt on? Let me know.
B on Telegram, targeting customers of 54 major financial institutions across Europe. According to Bleeping Computer, the phishing kit is available for $130 to $450 per month, with features including localization options, OTP, TAN, and 2FA support, live chat with victims, and various evasion mechanisms. V3B uses heavily obfuscated JavaScript and a custom CMS to evade detection, with professionally translated pages in multiple languages to allow for multi-country phishing campaigns.
Wow. Okay, so this is interesting. I'm not going to watch this video right now, but I'm going to drop a link in here. Not good. So first of all, if you are in the United States, you're probably fine. For all the people who chimed in during Worldwide Wednesday that you're in the UK, Germany, etc., you are in scope of this, and you do want to be somewhat mindful. Now, a couple things. One, this phishing kit. Think of phishing kits as basically like phishing as a service, right? Like you don't have to understand how to create a phishing kit. You don't need to host infrastructure. You don't need landing pages, customer support, anything like that. They do it all for honestly $150 to $300 a month. Since it targets financial institutions, I'm just gonna point out that that's really, really, really cheap. Like, you can make, again, I don't condone crime, and I'm not a threat actor, but dude, if you're targeting financial industries, if you hit one victim for $300 once a month, it pays for itself, right? So I actually, or $450 a month, I actually think this phishing kit is really, really priced low for what it's offering, right? You can get multi-factor authentication bypasses, one-time password bypasses. So this isn't good. It does say that it uses heavily obfuscated JavaScript code on a custom content management system to evade detection. But this is not detection of you, the victim, falling for it. This is detection of security technologies, like, being used by like Google to identify malicious websites and prevent them from being accessed, or, you could, what do they call them? Like Firewire, or not Firewire, Wildfire, like basically firewall gateways, next gen firewalls automatically blocking these websites from having victims go to them. So they're really, really doing everything they can to make sure that this thing is resilient. One thing I don't understand is how this attacks somebody. So if I had to guess, this comes through email and social engineering phishing emails where, hey, there's a fraudulent charge on your bank account. Hey, we just noticed a charge for $800 on your credit card. Is this legit? Click here to deny it and investigate. And then they take you to a lookalike website, and boom, you're logging into a malicious website, and they are ripping your creds and then going to basically rob you. So be mindful of this. You can see here, it can intercept your banking account creds, which is ultimately what they're going for. You can do live chat with, looks like you can do live chat with the developer themselves or potentially the victim. Ugh, so gross. Again, I'm going to drop this link in chat. This is a good one. This story and this phishing as a service platform, again, I don't like it as crime, but I want to point out that this looks really, really sophisticated and really, really like polished. So if you're looking to break into the industry, or you're looking just to kind of get a little bit smarter on phishing as a service, this story and this threat actor, this V3B phishing kit, actually looks like a really nice case study to look at and analyze. All right, so BSEC is saying that next-gen firewalls do have blacklists that are kept up by Palo Alto, Cisco, et cetera, that you can put in place. So if that does get hit and put on the blacklist, it would be blacklisted, so users wouldn't get to it. Exactly. So that is what I'm saying. Basically, next-gen firewalls will help proactively prevent victims from going to these things. Two things to point out. One, the threat actors are using these techniques because they know next-gen firewalls will blacklist them. So so threat actors are trying everything they can to thwart basically analysis. So like anti-analysis techniques. Second of all, and I want to point this out, definitely, like, listen, this is something to tell your end users, okay? If you have people working remotely, if you have people like who travel, whether it's executives or the sales team or whatever, remind them, if you can, to connect to the VPN back to the mothership before they do work. Why? Because if you're at a Starbucks in Luxembourg and you get phished and you're not on the VPN, guess what? You're going out on the internet through the front door, not taking advantage of any of the security technologies that your business has put in place. Conversely, if you get on the VPN, you're going through the corporate front door and you're getting all the value of that next-gen firewall. Dude, a $200,000 firewall does you no good if you're not using it. You picking up what I'm putting down?
New ransomware operation focuses on education sector. There's no need to recreate the ransomware wheel. Researchers from Arctic Wolf discovered a new ransomware operation they're referring to as FOG that has been spotted performing old-fashioned ransomware attacks primarily targeted against the education sector. According to Dark Reading, throughout the month of May, FOG performed relatively standard fare ransomware attacks, quickly infiltrating through a stolen virtual private network, or VPN, encrypting data stored in virtualization environments, leaving a ransom note, but not exfiltrating anything, and not performing any double or triple extortion attempts, as we have seen in recent attacks.
All right. So if you didn't know, Arctic Wolf is one of these larger managed system security providers, right? Like, again, I know them. I've done some work with them. Just for those in chat, if you're looking to get a SOC analyst role, and Arctic Wolf is one of those companies that basically they have tons of SOC analyst roles because they're an MDR, managed detection and response provider. and they, I don't want to say they chew up SOC analysts, but basically they ingest entry-level SOC analysts, train them up, and then you either leave to go get a better paying job or you get burned out on SOC work. But just so people know, Arctic Wolf's one of those and worth looking at. I think Arctic Wolf is out of North Carolina, by the way. All right. They are reporting that this Fog ransomware gang. So basically, Fog ransomware is ransomware circa 2018. They're not doing double extortion. They're not doing triple extortion. They're literally just going into businesses, finding data, encrypting it, and leaving a ransom note. Very, very old school. But you know what? Sometimes the classics work. The oldies but goodies. I do want to point out really quickly that they drop in by using stolen VPN credentials. For everybody in chat, make your end users use multi-factor authentication to connect to the VPN. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. It's as simple as that. You put multi-factor authentication on, this doesn't happen. This Fog ransomware threat actor group moves on to the next victim. Okay? Also, I mean, not to like twist the knife, but like you're obviously reusing credentials. I'm looking at you, Carl. Carl! Okay. They did pass the hash to compromise an admin account. But they did the pass the hash. They were already in the environment. The phone call was coming from upstairs. If you prevented them from getting on the VPN, brosif, then it wouldn't have been an issue. Ugh. Using RDP to connect to Windows Server. Here's the thing. I'm not going to crap on RDP because RDP is not awesome, but if you're using it internal to your network, it's not terrible. It is an option. It does allow admins to pop in boxes and do what they need to do. Having it internet facing is ridiculous and completely negligent. Internal, not a problem because you're assuming only people on the internal network are authorized and approved, not when you don't use multi-factor authentication on your VPN. Okay, so all that is to say, like, just this, I mean, whatever. It sucks. It sucks. Like, dude, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter to me if you're like in education or recreation or healthcare or manufacturing. MFA, all the things, dude. It's 2024. Let's go.
EU probes Microsoft 365 education over privacy concerns. The European Union is investigating Microsoft's Education Focus Suite after a nonprofit privacy rights group filed 2 complaints over concerns about how the data from the Microsoft 365 education platform was being used. The privacy campaign group Noyb, that's spelled Noyb, alleges that minors' data is being processed unlawfully, and the company is being, quote, consistently vague about how the children's information is being used. The organization also claims Microsoft installs cookies without consent to track user behavior, affecting thousands of EU and EEA students. In a statement to TechCrunch, Microsoft said, quote, M365 for education complies with GDPR and other applicable privacy laws, end quote.
Wow. All right. This is something interesting. Microsoft provides such vague information, even a qualified lawyer can't understand how the company processes data in the 365 education. Yeah, seriously. Microsoft probably doesn't even know how they do it. Dude, data is the new gold in really 2015 on. Data is gold. The wealthiest people in the world broker in data. Okay. Microsoft is just vacuuming up all this stuff. They are competing with Google Classroom, essentially. Like, they have this Microsoft 365 education suite that they offer for free in many instances, but it becomes very challenging. It becomes very challenging to offer a cloud service, like a SaaS service, but then have it like have certain constraints for this customer base and certain constraints for this customer base. as a software vendor, you want to make a piece of software and make it available to everybody, and then kind of not have to deal with like onesie, twosie, special snowflake type things. We've seen multiple GDPR violations with social media companies like Meta specifically getting hit, but there's so much money to be made in the European Union that they're willing to kind of tolerate that. So Microsoft's going to have to do some investigations. They're getting complaints. They're not being fined yet. Remember, you can't like piecemeal the different options. Like you're all in on Microsoft 365 or you're not, right? Hold on 1 second. I got to sneeze. It's coming. Hold on. Oh, God. Like mid-sneeze. Come on, sneeze, Jerry. Jesus. And it's past, whatever. All right. So this story is like whatever. I guess maybe if you work in education in the European Union and you're using Microsoft 365, you could be impacted at some point if they rip it out due to GDPR. But in reality, this isn't probably affecting many of us here in chat right now. This is a larger privacy-focused GDPR thing. And it is what it is. It does show you, I will say that it will be painful if you do have to rip it out. This is tied to vendor lock-in, which is something I would like to share with you. If you don't know what vendor lock-in is, I've got 1 minute left to for the show here until we pivot to jaw-jacking. Vendor lock-in is where vendors make it super easy to get on board with their product. Like in this case, Microsoft's offering it for free. But once you build infrastructure, once you train staff, once you have all the things pointing to your solution, when you have to rip it out and switch to Google Classroom, for example, it becomes very painful. It turns into a project. You have to take people off work and put them on this. So sometimes businesses are like, oh, hell, like it's just easier to stay on it. It's easier just to pay the extra fees, whatever. And that's what businesses want. They want you to be locked into them. All right, here we go. And thanks for the super chat, Rex.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
We're half.
All right, guys, check it out. We're almost done with the show, but stay with us really quickly because I just want to remind everybody a couple quick things. One, next Wednesday, June 12th, I am giving a talk with Antisyphon. It's a 1 hour free lecture. It's at noon Eastern time. I'm going to tell you what you can learn about cybersecurity from Game of Thrones. It's a really fun talk. I think it's going to be I'm excited about it. If you enjoy learning, if you enjoy Game of Thrones and you want to know how you can, like, through the power of storytelling, I'm going to draw all sorts of parallels, and I'm going to be dropping knowledge bombs on things that you would never learn in a textbook or a classroom. But when I tell you and I show you how it relates to Game of Thrones, you're going to be like, oh my God. All right. Also, don't forget, I accidentally closed the link, but don't forget that that same day, June 12th, I am raffling off, a free course voucher for one of you to go to the Cyber Threat Intelligence 101 with Wade Wells. It's going to be epic. Boom. Boom. I want all June 12th. All right, dude, shout out and love to all y'all. I had a great stream. I hope you did too. Thank you all so very much. FedEx, be fine. If you never watched Game of Thrones, I do give a little primer at the beginning. Oh, hold on. I shouldn't put the glasses on yet. All right, guys, I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. I hope you all do very well today. I hope you have a great day. Let's pivot over to jaw jacking. Shout out and love to the mod team. If you had a great stream, a great experience, and you're a squad member, use that I Heart Mod emote in chat. They always do a great job. I love it. Thank you, mods, for making the Simply Cyber community awesome. And thank you, all of you, for making the Simply Cyber community awesome. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Stay tuned if you want all your cybersecurity questions answered. We're going to do that in just a minute. Let's go. Hey there. I see you. How you doing? Welcome to the party, pal. This is Jaw Jackin'. It's an AMA cybersecurity thing. I'm your host, Jerry Guy, coming hot off the heels from that nerd, Dr. Gerald Ozier's daily threat brief. Jesus, what a nerd. Guys, we're all about good times here. We're all about good times here, and we're basically going to try to answer all your questions. Get them done. So what can we do with y'all? Yes. We can do it. What kind of questions you guys got? We're here to help. If you guys want to talk about my Game of Thrones talk, if you want to talk about certs, I just released a new video. This Thursday, don't forget, tomorrow, Michelle Kahn's going to be my guest on Simply Cyber Live, or Simply Cyber Firesides. I'm trying to rename the Simply Cyber live stream. We're going to call it Simply Cyber Firesides. If you guys don't know Michelle Kahn, he's a really, really awesome person, great practitioner, righteous dude, author. I don't even know what we're going to be talking about yet, but it's going to be good, I promise you. All right. Toastman says, Jerry, would you ever consider having a community event for running, walking, kind of like the Conqueror Virtual Challenge? There's even a Game of Thrones theme one. We could all sign up as a team. Toastman, I'll look into that. I'm not familiar with the Conqueror Virtual Challenge, but we can definitely look into that. I also want to remind everybody, talking about a community event, right now is the coloring contest. If you want, you still have 2 days left to enter the coloring contest. Mods, can any mod please get me the coloring contest detail? We have 4 age groups, under 6, 6 to 12, 12 to 18, and 18 plus. We're giving out, I want to give out $25 Amazon gift cards to winners. Mrs. Ozier, my beautiful wife, Grayson and Callan Ozier, my sons, those are the 3 judges for the event. So all about good times. But Toastman, I'll look into this Conqueror Virtual Challenge. I am a runner, so that could be really fun. Zach Morrison says, I finished a security boot camp last October and still haven't found a job yet. I know the job market's tough. Would going for a bachelor's degree in security help? So thank you, Eric Taylor. All right, so really quickly, I'll answer your question, Zach, in a hot minute. Here's the coloring contest information. Only do it if you want. It's a fun little community event. It's sponsored. It's not, it's not anything like that. It's just something fun we're doing for the community. I wanted to do more community events. So Zach Morrison, here are my thoughts on that. Now remember, everybody, I have 4 college degrees, okay? So I'm all about higher education. If you get a bachelor's degree in security by itself, I do not think it will make a world of difference in the job market. Now, having said that, because a bachelor's degree, that's like 2, 3, 4 years, right? That's a lot, and it's expensive. Having said that, I will tell you this, Zach. I have seen multiple people go through Western Governors University. Brady McNulty, Carlos Hernandez is going through it right now. There's a lot of people, maybe in chat, if you went to WGU, let me know in chat, let Zach know. In that particular instance, and others, here's what I'm getting to, Zach. If you do a bachelor's degree, whether it's a traditional 4-year university on-campus gig, or it is a night school, or it's WGU, right? Whatever it is, you absolutely should take advantage of networking. Meet all the other students in your cohort. Meet the faculty. Make it a point to take initiative. Make it a point to ask additional questions. Make it a point to go above and beyond what is asked. Why? A, because it blows up your professional network. B, you never know who's watching, okay? And if you are the person who takes initiative, you're going to be the person taking initiative. You're going to stand out. Listen, I teach at the Citadel Military College. I literally even tell my students this at the beginning of the semester, and many of them don't take advantage of this. I say, Charles Finfrock is a friend of mine. Charles Finfrock's going to come guest lecture at the end of the semester. Charles Finfrock takes interns from my class only. It's not a relationship with the Citadel. It's a relationship with me. And any of you could get an internship with him. And I literally leave it at that. And there's always one student who always goes way above and beyond. there's multiple students who follow up with me at the end of the year and say, hey, I want that internship. And I say, yeah, we'll see. I don't know. But then I go and tell Charles, I say, listen, this student right here, this student's the one that you should go for. This student is proven. This student asks the questions and puts in the hard work. So Zach, that's what I would say. You can find a job through networking, and that's the value. Obviously, getting the bachelor's degree is going to give you additional education and knowledge, but there's real value for it right there. All right. Thank you for letting me rant a little bit on that. All right, I'm going to go a little bit faster here. Shouldn't the nerd wear the glasses and Jerry Guy be the smooth superhero? Roswell, UK, maybe. We're doing a little inverted thing, right? I'm trying to go from like Tom from the Blacklist look here. Rex says, when are you going to do a fundraising stream as a VTuber? So I know what VTuber is. Is like fundraising as a VTuber a thing? Let me know. I mean, I love fundraising. I like, let's do it. I would do a fundraiser. I would not do a 24-hour stream. I'll tell you that much. But maybe we could do something around Simply CyberCon. Clinton Rinaldi says, is the Evolution Cybersecurity Bootcamp any good? Worth $13,000? Holy Jesus. Okay, let's take a look. Has anyone in chat taken the Evolution Bootcamp? Let me know in chat if you've taken Evolution Bootcamp, because we would like honest feedback. All right, so check this out. This is compelling right here. Now, again, this is a landing page, so they're trying to sell you, right? But this is, this looks good on paper. Again, this is marketing. So practical skills, no prior technical background, job offer guarantee within 6 months. This looks good. 93% hiring rate. That looks good too. What I would say is, what kind of job, right? It doesn't, listen, this right here does not say cybersecurity job offer. This doesn't say IT job offer. This says job offer. So, you know, let's not make assumptions here. Let's qualify this. What kind of job? Where is it coming from? And how do you make this guarantee, right? And by the way, if I don't get a job offer in 6 months, do I get my $13,000 back? What is the warranty on this guarantee? Right? Do you just get like an I'm sorry and a gift, like a fruit basket if they don't do it? For 13 grand, I want more answers. Okay? Also, it says #1 ranked boot camp in the world. #1 ranked. That sounds really awesome. Who ranked it? What's it ranked in? Again, don't make any assumptions. When I see stuff like that, my first thought is, did Evolve Academy do a survey and found that they were the #1 ranked boot camp in the world? Again, I'm being hyperbolic, okay? I'm being hyperbolic. I'm pushing to the extreme to make a point. These are the questions you should ask. Is it a good boot camp? I don't know. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying these are the questions I would ask when doing the research on these boot camps. 13 grand's a lot. All right. Yosef says, Jerry, I might try Merit America. Ever hear it in cybersecurity? Google cybersecurity professional certificate? No, I don't know that, Yosef. Merit America. What is this? Tech job training? Okay. Anybody? I don't know anything about this. All right. Again, this looks like a very similar thing. It's a boot camp, 21 weeks, 20 hours a week. Pay $0. Okay, so here's something interesting. Pay $0 up front. I've seen some of these programs where it's called risk-based funding, And basically, you pay $0 up front, but then you agree to give them like 10% of your salary when you get a job for the first year or something like that. So, zero upfront tuition sounds good. I would be mindful of that. I will tell you, they say that you get the Google certificate in 21 weeks. That's pretty cool. Yosef, I will point out that you're probably not getting a job on the Google certificate by itself. Just like you're not getting a job with the Sec Plus by itself, okay? So the bigger picture thing, whether it's Merit America or it is Evolve Cyber or it's Rapid Ascent or it's anything, you got to ask the questions of them that I pointed out. Like, how does it work? How do I pay? What kind of guarantees? What happens if you fail to meet your guarantee? What kind of retribution do I get? What's expected of me, right? Also, if you can, and this is vital, find somebody who has gone through it that isn't affiliated with it, so they're not motivated to give you a positive review if exclusively, and find out, was it a good experience, yes or no? Okay, that's what you got to do. The Tatted IT says, with the person having 8 years as a sysadmin degree, assistant administrator, and a degree in cyber, and holding Sec Plus, Net Plus. Okay. What else to do? So, Talented IT, I did see your message on DMs or whatever. Thank you for coming here and asking that question so I can answer it in this forum. So, you're doing all the right things, okay? Your resume looks strong. As a sysadmin with 8 years IT experience, you definitely were doing cybersecurity related work. You were doing patching, you were doing backups, you were doing business continuity, you were doing access control, right? You were probably standing up new systems, all the things, Tatted IT. So you definitely got a strong resume. What I would recommend to you is two things, okay? Tatted IT. Number one, you don't include it in your post, so I don't know 100%. But just hear me out, and this goes for everybody, okay? I'm going to Simply Cyber's YouTube channel. I'll drop a link in chat so you don't have to go, okay? Go into playlists, right? First of all, what I would recommend is this. I have a ChatGPT playlist. It's like 5 different videos I made. All high quality videos, by the way, right? And basically what I would suggest to you is go directly to this video right here. ChatGPT resume hacks outshine the competition. Okay, I'm going to drop this whole playlist in chat really quickly, and I'm going to tag the Tatted IT. Oh my God, Google! I don't want. Is the Tatted IT gone? How is he gone? He just asked the question. All right. Well, Tatted IT, you're not showing up as someone I can tag for whatever reason. So, ChatGPT video resume. Okay, here's the video, right? So basically, Tatted IT and everybody else who can't seem to get a job, use ChatGPT to make your resume absolutely awesome, okay? If you're not getting calls for jobs, it means your resume could use some improvement. If you're getting the interviews, but you're failing to get the job, it's a chance that your interview skills are poor, where I have a video here for this, right? So you can use that. Basically this whole playlist is built like a ladder. Like, do this one, and then you'll be able to move forward. Once you can do this one, you find the job, move forward. Then you get the resume, okay? So, and then this is how you get, like, once you get the offer letter, if you really want to go for it, this is how you get a higher paying job offer, okay? Now, the other thing he asked, what else do I do? So this is number one, Tatted IT. Number two, you're starting to do it. You have to network, okay? I say this all the time. I can't emphasize it enough. You have to network. So many jobs are never going to be posted. Why? If I have a job and I know somebody in my network who can do it, I'm going to go directly to them and ask them if they want a job. Why? Because I don't have to open a rec with HR. I don't have to review resumes. I don't have to interview candidates, right? That takes weeks and weeks and weeks, if not longer. If I know someone, let's go. Can you start Monday? Let's go, right? So that's the reality. It's not that I'm like dunking on Tatted IT because he's not going to get a chance to apply for the job that I have because I'm never going to post it. It's just a reality. I don't have time. If I have two choices and one takes me an hour and one takes me 3 months, and at the end of the day, I get a candidate into the position I need filled, which one would I do? It's an obvious choice. So that's what's up. You've got to network. Thank you, Tatted IT. I don't know why it wasn't coming up, Tatted IT, honestly. Jenny Housley says, SSD says, I recently passed my Net Plus. I want to work on my resume. Is your video cybersecurity resume power tutorial video good to start with? Yeah, SSD, I would say that video is good, but this ChatGPT one, I'll send you this exact specific one. This ChatGPT one is nails. SSD. Resume, fire. There we go. Get after it. That was an easy one. Oh, yeah. Hunter Strong. We could do that fundraiser. Juan Amaya, getting ready for my first CyberCon today. Any advice? Oh, I'm glad you asked. What is it? Exclamation point conference? So check this out. I've got a video for that. Hold on one second. Let me change this. So Jesse, Justin, Casually Joseph, Zach Hill, Wade Wells don't see my YouTube queries on Magic the Gathering deck ideas. I don't need that kind of OPSEC exposure. So simply, oh, here it is right here. You can see it in, hold on, how do I link? How do I get to this URL? Oh, there it is. So, who asked the question? Juan Amaya. If you have time, we got a whole video for that. This right here is Base Case Mod and great guy. This is DJ Bisek. He's driving, but he is listening to us. And this is Deb the Deb. Do you remember earlier when I said, hey, say hi to Deb Wigley? This is her. The three of them do this panel on how you can crush a cyber conference like a boss. All right? So get on that one, Juan Amaya. Let's tag you in chat. Whoops. What else we got here? Let's keep going. Hey, Jerry, been looking at a junior analyst position since February now. I've landed one interview. Congratulations. I got a boot camp, SecPos, BS, pursuing CHMI in any other ways when IT desk, LOL. I don't understand when you say when IT desk. So are you trying to get an IT support help desk position, or are you trying to get a junior cyber analyst position? You can go through help desk. That would certainly work. CEH is fine. If you want to become a pen tester, I might focus on PJPT, honestly. So, I would keep going. You're doing good stuff. Again, networking, Cole, all the reasons I just laid out a minute ago, are going to be really valuable. Start building a portfolio, right? If you can. I don't know if you can move, but be open to moving. I'm telling you, the DC Beltway area, there's tons and tons of federal government work. Tatted IT says bachelor's in cyber, all these things. How can I get my first job? My goal is IR. So, Tatted IT, check this out. Simply Cyber, YouTube, Jessica Hyde. If you want to go all the way down the rabbit hole, watch this video. Oh my God. You know what I have no patience for? Loading. All right, so check this out, Tatted IT. This right here, this is Jessica Hyde. Jessica Hyde is one of like the foremost experts on digital forensics and incident response, like ever. She's awesome. This interview I did with her, she dropped so many resources that I like literally lost my mind live on stream. This is 1 hour, and I guarantee you, Tatted IT, the amount, you'll probably watch it more than once because the amount of value that she dumped in this one, including answering the question that you're asking right there. So I'm going to put Jessica Hyde differ in here. So many resources. It's insane what happened in that video. All right. So for the people asking about boot camps and $13,000, let me share these with you. This is a free boot camp, Cyber Skills to Work training programs. Free boot camps, I believe, right? This is what I'm being told. I'm being told this by Kimberly Can Fix It. So go check that out. Also, for scholas.org, more boot camps that cost $0. Before you spend 13 grand, do the free stuff first. Google is pushing this freaking help me write your comments in chat. Like, dude, it's chat. I want to chat my own thoughts. I don't need Google Gemini doing my chat for me. Get out of here. All right, what else we got? Why is my head getting big? I don't understand what that means. Let's see. All right. So Tatted IT has a space in front of his name. All right. Netta J says, what advice do you have for current federal ISSM wanting to pivot into cloud engineering? I have experience with Azure and O365. Okay, that's a pretty particular, you're like Liam Neeson, right? You've got a particular set of skills. What would I say here? Well, okay, so as a federal ISSM and you want to get into cloud security engineering, what I would recommend is FedRAMP would probably be the easiest path for you. FedRAMP is like cloud FISMA compliance. You could start doing auditing on FedRAMP related systems and FISMA related auditing. That's more in the compliance space, but you would be getting exposure to cloud technologies. So, I mean, I would definitely look at that. I mean, if you want, you could also go onto the engineering side of things, and you could start looking in O365 and Azure around proper configuration for identity and access management, conditional access, really important. What else? I guess. See, the thing is with cloud, CI/CD pipeline starts to come into play, but I don't want you to mess in with that. For me personally, the natural transition would be FedRAMP and FISMA auditing. Since like you're already in the federal space, you probably already have access to those type of things. Tatted IT says, with that being said, I would like to meet up for coffee, pick your brain. Yeah, no, Tatted IT, potentially, like I said before, I said this to Tatted IT in DMs, but I'll say it here. It's really, really difficult for me to mentor one-on-one. The Simply Cyber community has tens of thousands of people, and I do meet out occasionally, but like just for the amount of time, I don't have a lot of time to do my work and all the other things, including a family, and I teach. Also I have a couple different jobs, so I definitely hear you, Tatted IT, and it could happen. I do go to the local conferences, so that's a great place to connect with me, but I'm not 100% sure I can just we'll see. But I specifically say that we do the jaw jackings every single day so I can mentor at scale, because I don't have time for one-on-one. Yosef says, Jerry, if I go to CyberCon, do you think I can get a job? I was thinking studying, getting CompTIA then. So in some instances, they do job hiring at cyber conferences. What I would say is go be open with the mindset of networking, right? Go talk to the people at the different tables, but don't go with the mindset of I'm going to get a job, because you're going to have this kind of like vibe about you that you're like just drilling to take something from the people at the vendor booth or whoever you're talking to. So go with the mindset of networking, but do be open to share that you are looking for work, right? So you definitely can go get a job at CyberCons, but it's more of a mindset thing. All right. Can you offer any advice for transitioning careers from web dev to cyber? I'm well versed in OWASP and will have cyber management certs completed this and it trailed off. Yeah, I mean, Blaine's world, for sure, man. As a web dev, if you want to get into cyber, I mean, you could immediately go right into bug bounty, web application pen testing. With all of your experience as a web dev, you'd probably be able to like explode some stuff right off the rip. So that's what I would say. Obviously, you can also get into like web app auditing, right? It's a little less often, right? Opportunities, but you could get an internal gig working with a big tech company that makes SaaS products and help them with their security architecture. Those would probably be the two approaches that I would go for. What else are we doing here? Maxwell Vargas, any more collaborations with Eric Capuano coming in the future? We don't have anything planned, honestly, but Eric's awesome. He just started at a new company. And he actually just posted on social media. If you don't follow me on LinkedIn, you might want to. Like, anytime I see like job offers and stuff, I like repost them. Lima Charlie actually just posted like 5 or 6 more jobs. That's another like pro tip, right? Another pro tip. If you see a cybersecurity company post that they just got a round of funding, Series A, Series B, Series C, like whatever, rounds of funding, especially Series A, they just got a huge influx of money, and that money is designed to grow the business. So those companies are definitely going to be looking to hire. Little fun fact. I would love to do a collaboration with Eric Capuano. In fact, if you didn't know, like just recently, I did another video like out of the blue. Let me see if I can share the screen here. So here's the full playlist with Eric Capuano. But in case you missed it, I did this one. He released another blog post on using this prefetch analysis thing. I'm not wicked familiar with it, but it's very, very cool. So it's another lab. So technically, I did do another collaboration with Eric that I forgot about, and this was posted. Like just a few weeks ago, I think. 1 month ago. So who asked that question? Maxwell Vargas. Maxwell, here you go, buddy. There's a collab with Eric. Jaw jacking is hot.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
Joel Harrison tagged you. Anyone got an easy way to get rid of or clean up their LinkedIn bots or connects that are just trying to sell stuff? I mean, no, I don't, Joel. I basically just ignore them. And unless they're being particularly pesky, which annoys the crap out of me, I'll just disconnect with them. But no, there isn't like a quick, easy, dirty way. Any advice for networking in person? Randomly approaching everyone feels strange. Jeffrey Stevens. Yeah, randomly approaching people is strange. I mean, for me, for my dollar personally, what I like to do is kind of connect beforehand on the in the Simply Cyber community. Discord server. Simply Cyber Community Discord server. Right here, there is a conference meetup, right? So go on there. You can see here's Kimberly Can Fix It, right? At HackSpaceCon, connecting with people. Look, here's two more people. Here's David Meese and KevTech connecting with each other. Here's Haircut Fish. He's at B-Sides Charm. Are you there? Connect with him. Here is Priceless Pancake and another person, right? Maybe, Phil Stafford, right? So that's an easy way to do it, right? You can, you'll know someone beforehand. And that's to me, that's one way to do it. I agree. It is awkward. Another idea that I use personally is sit down at a con, get to the talk 5 minutes early, and then turn to the person next to you and be like, hey, what do you do? Or hey, this talk looks interesting. Why are you interested in this talk? Right? You obviously have a shared commonality because you're both at the talk, right? So those are just two techniques that could help you. Let me go. And obviously, drop if you have any tips in chat right now on how to break the ice at a conference, please drop them in chat. Also, if you see Deb Wigley or Kathy Chambers or any of the mods, including Kimberly Can Fix It, at a conference, they're very nice people. You can walk right up to them and say what's up. Let's see. Cyber Golfer says, finally caught alive. Welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Tatted IT says, what type of labs to do becoming an incident responder? Again, someone starting out in cyber. Again, Tatted IT, watch that Jessica Hyde video. Where is it? I don't know where it is right now. Watch that Jessica Hyde video. She literally offers you dozens of labs. Also, you can go to DifferDiva. Come on. DifferDiva.com. Alon Wright, she's awesome. She's got tons of labs. If I was gonna give you an explicit lab to do, here's what I would tell you. Actually, you know what? Let's do this really quickly. And I'll drop a link to this in a second, but this cheat sheet right here, Tatted IT, you absolutely should sign up for this, okay? I've got networking basics in here. You have to learn the basics before you can be a cyber pro, right? And I know you have all of the sysadmin stuff. There's a couple really interesting things in here. Actually, you know what? I forgot, Tatted IT. You have tons of IT experience. So let me do this. I think this is really interesting. Again, as a disclaimer, whenever you're screwing around with malware, you have to be careful. These are PCAP files. PCAP files will not infect your computer. There can be malware samples in the PCAP, and you can reconstruct the malware. So you have to be careful. But doing PCAP analysis is a great incident response capability because you'll be looking at network traffic. And this website, they have all sorts of exercises, like really, really fun exercises, right? Here's just a random one, funky lizards. Here's the PCAP file. Whoops. Here's the PCAP file you download, right? And then the thing is, oh my God, why can't I? The thing is, they have questions down here, right? Write an incident report based on this. It should contain these 3 sections. And then they have, oh wait, hold on, you can't see that on stream. They give you the PCAP file, then they give you a task, and then they give you the answer so you can check your own. This is absolutely free, and by doing it, you can get experience doing incident response and writing reports, which is part of the full spectrum of the job. And then you can start posting about it, sharing, networking, etc. This is a really, really great resource, and I love it. Here we go. Here's your malware training exercises. All right. Also, Casually Joseph is at conferences. Just walk up and call him Kashmir. Brain Layer Lab. Do you know of any Discord or Reddits for Dakota State Cyber PhD fellows. No, I don't actually. Brain Layer Lab. There is a Slack. There is a Slack. I'm just so old that I don't use Slack all that often. But check this out. I wish there was a Discord one. But here, check this out. Give me a second. I know this is a really specific question. Yeah, so who asked this? Brain Layer Lab? Brain Layer. I just opened Slack right now. I don't want to customize my theme. Get out of here. So here's the this is the Dakota State Slack, and basically there are graduate ones. Some. So this is more for like the PhD people. We stood it up, but anyone can do it. But these are the guys who are in here right now. There's TJ Nelson, Jay Stroh, aka Cyber Yeti, Corey Nance, my man John Helmus rocking it, graduate Sam Jaraki. There's me. So I don't know how to share this. Like, is this? I don't know how to share this, but basically, Brain Layer Lab, DSU-Doctor-Cyber. I guess is how to do it. All right. Joseph Mitchell. Anybody has a recommended book on network protocols? Oh my God, Josiah Mitchell. Be Steal My Heart. One of the first things I bought with one of my first real big boy paychecks was this book right here. TCP/IP Illustrated Volume 1. This is the definitive. This is hilarious that they call it the 3,764 7,000th edition. This book right here is where it's at. I have this book. If you're looking for a book on network protocols, there is no other like definitive answer. Here we go. Look at, there's a better one right here. Let me drop a link in chat. Ooh, let me use an affiliate link. Get that affiliate action going. Who asked that question? Josiah? All right, guys. Yeah, I'm telling you, when I tell you that book's awesome, if you know, you know. All right. Yeah, we'll have to get someone. I guess when I was younger, talking about social anxiety, when I was younger, I was always like outgoing and stuff. But in professional settings, it's borderline like imposter syndrome and anxiety inducing and stuff. But public speaking, personally, guys, I just kind of leaned into it and like embraced the discomfort. And eventually I got comfortable with it. All right, so that looks like all the questions. It's 9:40. Guys, thank you so very much. Great show today. Shout out to the mod team. Mad love. You guys are amazing. Remember to join us tomorrow, obviously for Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Briefing in the morning, but also Michelle Kahn at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And I hope you can join us for this Antisyphon Game of Thrones talk. I personally, guys, I love it when we see the hashtag Team SC or Simply Cyber raids on other people's streams like Black Hills Information Security and Antisyphon. Oh, it's all about good times. Oh, actually, you know what? For the 236 people who stayed here, it's a new month, which means I have the ability to gift subs. So I'm going to gift 5 subs right now. 5 new squad members before we get out of here. So Roderick Handy, thanks for sticking around. Alum A, thanks for sticking around. PJ Rao, thanks for sticking around. My boy Freaky Bob, thanks for sticking around. And Gabriel Gonzalez, thanks for sticking around. Newly minted squad members, you guys will be squad members for a month. All the access to the emote tray. Guys, be good. Thank you all so very much. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Jerry Guy, excuse me. I almost revealed my identity. I'm Jerry Guy from Simply Cyber. Be well, everybody, and until next time, stay secure. Content. Keep the cybersecurity train going by connecting with the other Simply Cyber community resources. We have the Discord server that's lively and always keeps the conversation going. You can connect with me directly on LinkedIn. And also every single weekday morning on the Simply Cyber channel, we're doing live daily cyber threat briefings, 8 a.m. Eastern time, as well as Thursday at 4:30 p.m. We're doing live stream interviews with industry experts, and we produce videos that we push out every Wednesday morning. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber.